What's the best or most economical way to push yourself up to 1,600 points to get that lovely rebirth token in the Relics Reborn event? So effectively farming points for this by opening up those statcasts and of course ranking up those relics. For those wondering, yes, this is a redo of a video, like a remake of something that I made last week. Last week's video, I read the comments on that, and yeah, of course it was incorrect, so the video was deleted, and of course I'm having another go, but I think it's important today, Monday, to kind of go over those particular processes, because even though, yes, by opening up the other types of relics, so the ones that get, say, the 6-star here, that's incorrect. It was still relevant. The guide was still relevant based on ranking up those particular types of relics, which the processes and farming were all totally correct. But let's get down to business and let's go over what is correct. And the biggest problem I think a lot of players are experiencing with this, and especially as a non-spending player myself, and of a particular thought process of I don't want to invest a lot of units into this, it is quite scary to climb up for free the milestones of the realm event. So my whole kind of process of looking at this is, first of all, go and do the objectives that are applicable for that particular event. As I've said, there is an option to potentially do this where you do lower content, or you go to places like Arena, or you go to places like, let's go Road to Labyrinth, for example, go in the first one, and then what you're doing is you're fielding a 7-star and allowing your 7-star champion to be just basically pommeled until they get to like the relic stage. And then what you do is you just completely pop all stat focus or stat relic or whatever it is. You allow it to get to that certain point, so you're going to get yourself like hit multiple times. This is going to be a good example. So you just let the enemy just go ham at you until your spirit gauge is filled up. And then you just let rip, and then that's kind of like done. And that's how you do the objective side of things. I don't know if the objectives drop on a weekly basis. If they do, there's a lot more opportunity to get like more points towards this realm event, but there's nothing that's being confirmed by Kabam. So maybe Wednesday we see something on the weekly reset, or we don't. The kind of way that I look at this, and I'm kind of a bit, well, optimistic, is that this is a 21-day event, right? And so that's 3 weeks. So imagine if there's a objective, well, one every week. Don't hold your breath, and if we do a follow-up to this video, it will be to kind of like mention that, or that particular thing right there. I've been able to get like 345 points. Now, I don't know if that's going to be something I'm going to be able to obtain on a weekly basis, and this is why I think that for this particular guide is that you will need to acquire more 5-star. I mean, it's still relevant, like what I said before, where I said be proactive in Battlegrounds. By being proactive in Battlegrounds, it gives you an opportunity to pick up 5-star relic crystal shards, and the further you go, 6-star relic crystal shards. Opening up more of those crystals, yes, if you don't have some of those champions, is gonna, or those relics, yes, it's going to mean that you'll have more opportunity to rank up new relics. And this brings me on to the main point of the top tips and guides around this. And you can go to, first of all, your Battleground store, your trophy token spend location, because this is where you're going to be having on a weekly basis a regularly resetting place to buy 5-star, 6-star, and to a lesser degree 7-star in great volume relic and statcast relic based materials. So for me, I need more tier 3. Good, well, I'll go grab it. Yes, this costs me a lot of trophy tokens, but the more you're proactive in Battlegrounds, the more you'll have this opportunity to make bank on this stuff. You could also go on a weekly basis to the Trader's Outpost, which does have things as well. I've been trying to grab wherever possible. And that, again, just depends on Mysterium volumes, which you can see I've got a good amount of Mysterium volume there. So I'd kind of like buy that bundle, or I'd go to, say, this bundle. I go to any other bundle that I don't have, that are relic orientated and would make an actual difference if I'm close to forming and stuff like that. So there's always a location to go. You can see I've cleared a good a good chunk of the stuff that would give relics for that. And of course Radiance as well, where there's a spicier amount of the tier 4 basic alloy for those interested. I don't think there's anything else. No, it's just that. That's pretty much it. You could as well look to grab the units and put that back into your like spend in this event if you wanted to, and there is 750 units possible. So yeah, whether or not you feel that's going to make a difference, again, it's up to you how economical you want to look at this particular investment in this event. But yeah, it's between the Traders Outpost, the Radiance store, and the Glory store, and the Battlegrounds store. The Glory store does reset like most of the other ones on a regular and weekly basis, so at least there's an opportunity here to pick up some embers, pick up some basic alloy, pick up even some class alloy. Whatever you're in a limitation for, you could look to top that up. And now, if you're able to get 345 points on a weekly basis, and there's 3 weeks of that, and of course you can do the math, let's just say it's 300 across the board, then you're looking at 900 points total. Why is it important to look at that? Well, look at how many weeks are available, which at the point of recording this video and releasing it, what have we got? We've got 14, so we've got 2 weeks left. That means you've got 2 more rotations, so effectively like 4 times the amount that you'll get. So it could be like 4 times 300 for me. My final total could be 1,200. Therefore, I need to try and find myself that extra amount of 400 more points. And as I said, wait until Wednesday to find out if there's any more objectives. If there's not, then I think you're going to have to be reliant on the part 2 of this video. The part 2 is going to be unit investment. You can see on screen there your options. You've got the 5-star statcast relic, you've got the Thronebreaker one, and you've got the Valiant one. I still haven't succumbed to investing any units just yet. There's a high chance I will do. As I said, Wednesday, look to see if Kabam are doing any more objectives. If they don't, then that's fine, and you would have to look at waiting till the very end. And that's one of my kind of like tips for this, is waiting towards the end. No, I don't want your featured deals, Kabam. Bugger off. Waiting to the very end and seeing if there's going to be any more extra points Kabam can give out stuff, because you don't want to start investing units if you don't have to, or you don't want to go any further. You can see like a lot of people in our alliance are already kind of like higher up there with the investment, but I'm very cautious on investing units just yet. There is some stuff there, tier 4 basic alloy, which could be applicable to reinvesting back in for rank up. But apart from that, it's something I'm a bit kind of like, you know, concerned at how deep does one go to grab resources for this, and whether or not it's actually worth it. Because I do want to get the 1,600 though. I do want to get the rebirth token, but I want to be very careful and budget my unit spend. For those looking to grab any more units, you could mitigate that by going and doing a few autopiloting through lower event quests, or you could go to places like Arena and grabbing units at the same time by farming. You can largely choose your process of doing this and what is good to invest. And that's going to be it for the video. As I said, part 1 is all about trying to get the rank up resources and doing this for free. And part 2 is all about focusing on, well, if you need to spend units to get yourself to the 1,600, what are you going to need to do it? And if you are working at a 400-point deficit, then it looks like you will have to spend on all of those 16 Valiant crystals, 16 Thronebreaker crystals available in the game at the moment. And to give you a bit of perspective of how much that is going to set you back, then yes, it will set you back 1,600 units in order to get it. So that may be a working brief of how many units you're going to need in order to get that token. But as I said, work hard between now and the end of the event, and then make a decision before it ends. Are you going to invest any units to this? And are you going to be happy with what you get back? Anyway, that's been the video for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Have a lovely day and goodbye.